It's been 20 years. The November 6 tornado left deep scars in the tri-state with those who were affected. Mitch Carter talked to a survivor of that terrible night.
November 6, 2005, a tornado destroyed almost the entirety of Eastbrook Mobile Home Park, where I'm standing right now. And in this very plot used to sit Mandy Sims' mobile home. She met up with us to go over the events of that fateful night.
This is where my home was back in 2005. It felt kind of sultry in the house, and it had felt kind of weird all day long. And when you live in a mobile home park and have gone through storms, you always turn on the TV and check the news to see if anything's happening with the weather.
There'll be some confirmation now down near Ellis Park, which would be just right here along the river in southern Vanderburgh County.
I saw what looked like a wave or static or something coming towards me, and the person was running towards me, and when they came in the house, we slammed the door and all the windows shattered.
November 6, 2005 is a day that weighs heavily on many in the tri-state, particularly for those who lived in what was formerly known as Eastbrook Mobile Home Park, like Mandy Sims. Sims at the time says she was struggling with addiction, living in an abusive home surrounded by other family and friends who also lived at Eastbrook. For her, November 6 was what she described as a bounce from rock bottom.
I had a friend who kept telling me at work that when God knocks on your door and you don't answer, he'll rap on your window. And if you don't answer that, he'll knock your house down. And then a tornado knocked my house down.
Almost 20 years later, and Sims has gone back to school. Formerly a lifelong hairdresser, she'll graduate in May with a bachelor's degree in social work. Even with new beginnings, this storm isn't one she'll forget, as evidenced by the paper she wrote about it in one of her classes.
The few seconds it took to get to the bathroom left no time to get into the tub and cover our heads. It was a deafening silence. And I remember reaching out to make sure that I was alive, and I touched the wall and I was like, okay, that's something concrete. And then I started hearing a thumping noise, which I thought was my heart, but it was people knocking on my door.
In the wake of the storm, displaced people were scrambling for any kind of shelter left standing. As Sims opened her door, she was greeted by 3 people in the throes of grief.
Her husband was running back and forth in the hallway, and he was saying how he thought his baby was dead. She kept asking me to look, and I didn't really want to look because I still had 2 children of my own that were in the front of the mobile home park with my mom. I tried to refuse. I have babies too. I can't look at a dead baby. She whispered, please. I slowly peeled the cover back. First I saw his little head full of hair, and then the biggest eyes. He is alive, I exulted.
While the stranger's baby was alive, Sims now needed to move through an unrecognizable landscape to the front of the park, to her mom's, to try and reunite with her own babies, 4 and 6 years old.
Where is Yaya, Mom? I questioned. She told me that my Aunt Pat had taken my son to the viaduct. I just started screaming for her, and she finally heard me and screamed back, and then I was reunited with my kids.
The stranger's baby was okay, Sims' boys were okay, but her cousin, Catherine Martin, wasn't so lucky.
My cousin yelled, where is CJ? Do you know where he is? She told me that my Aunt Julie had taken him to Man's for the night. I did not want to be the one to tell her that Man's house was not there. She asked me what I saw in the back, to which I answered, there is nothing.
In the weeks, months, and years that followed, Sims says she's cleaned up her life. Those 2 boys she was so desperate to get to that night, now in their 20s, live on their own. Sims, now just months away herself from earning a degree, doesn't often get back to the concrete slab where they once laughed, played, and lived. But standing there on the eve of the 20th anniversary of November 6th, Sims shares feelings of hope.
I think my children would be proud of me. What happened in this home, my addiction, working through all of those things, helped me make the choice to be a social worker and to help other people when they're at their lowest point, like so many people offered whenever I was at the lowest point.
As we hit the 20-year mark here, survivors have moved on with their lives, families have moved back into this mobile home park, and as Mandy's story exemplifies, something that took the lives of so many actually started the lives of many others. Reporting in Evansville, Mitch Carter, 14 News.